Welcome back. Now, Christine had an excellent conversation with the cast members of Vampire Academy. Let's take a look.
Vampire Academy is a new television series based on the best-selling series of books that sold over 10 million copies around the world. It's about a world of privilege and glamour where two young women's friendships transcends their strikingly different classes as they prepare to complete their education and enter a vampire society. I have two stars of the show with me today, Kieron Moore and André Day Kim. I'm so excited to be talking about this. Thank you, both of you, for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that very lovely explanation.
Oh, thank you. Kieron, let's start with you. Tell me more about your role on this show.
Yeah, so I play Dmitry Belikov, who we meet as at a point in his career and his lifestyle where he is super disciplined. He is one of the highest ranking guardians of the Royal Morois, who this guy kind of thing. So they're the ruling class of the society that we live in. Dimitri's been a guardian all his life. That's all he's ever known, and in that he's probably found himself and become a bit rigid in that. So we meet him when he gets introduced to a lovely young lady named Rose Hathaway, who turns his world upside down for the better and maybe for the worse at sometimes. And he goes on a journey of self-discovery, I think. We start to understand that there's much more to this man underneath this layer of protection and discipline. And yeah, hopefully people will be invested in that.
Layer of muscle.
And André, what about you? What has been the best part about participating in this show and playing this character for you?
Oh man, okay. From an acting perspective, I think it was a great challenge. You know, I think Christian's a really complex, layered character who has a lot of facets of emotion that he can really explore and travel through, like things with his relationship with Lissa, his friendships with Rose and other characters on the show, his past and the way that he's like treated within Moroi society, which is not very well, but he makes some really strong connections along the way. And I think playing those out has been just like a dream as an actor. And then personally, I honestly, the best part about this show is just the friendships and relationships I've made with the cast, the crew, the producers, Julie and Marguerite. Like everybody's just been so lovely. And I think it's so rare to be on such a big show and yet come out of this with like so many new friends. So like, it's just been a great time, a great experience.
And it's just, from what I've seen, beautifully filmed and edited and produced. It's just gorgeous. And Kieron, people are so familiar with the vampire role and character from other popular books and movies. How is this different, or how is it the same?
I think any fan of vampires will get a version of the vampire that they appreciate or that they love. We see them in very different situations. We've got a dangerous, more feral-like vampire, which sort of represents all of the bloodthirsty vampires that we've had nightmares about since we were kids. And then we've got the more elegant, regal, royal, sort of exuberant vampires that sort of are probably I've never seen much of that really, which is quite exciting for me. And then we've got like different classes, and then the Dhampir, which is a human Moroi hybrid, which we call the Dhampir Moroi hybrid, bred to protect. So we see a lot of these classes, and we strike some real world issues in our show, which I think is quite exciting. It's like a bit of a veil to society, right? Yeah. But I just think, there's just so much. It's a whole world. It's like we've got the rules. We've grown up on rules of different vampires and different stories that we love and appreciate. But ours is kind of like Rochelle Mead. It starts with the blueprint of Rochelle Mead, right? She created this whole world. Yeah. Taken some rules, formed her own, and hopefully people get as invested in our story as they have in previous attempts.
And André, who do you think will enjoy watching this the most? What type of audiences do you hope will tune in? I know sometimes these stories are targeted at certain age groups or certain individuals. Who do you think will enjoy watching?
I think all the cool people will. So if you're cool, give the show a watch. No, I think Kieron explained it really well. There's almost a little bit of everything for everyone in here. And it's like, kind of like divided by the different species of vampires that we have in our show too. Like we have vampires who are like really into fighting. So if you love action sequences, boom, that's right there. We got really scary looking vampires. Politics. So if you're like horror, yeah, exactly. We have politics too that are kind of like dealt with by the Moroi and non-Moroi. And we have love stories. Like it really has a little bit of everything. I think a lot of people might come into this show thinking like, oh, it's just a vampire show. But then when they watch it, they'll realize, oh my God, there's magic, there's politics, there's fighting, there's horror,
There's
like,
love.
there's love, there's a lot of like steamy, sexy scenes in there too. So like there's something for everybody in the show. So like I really just do think everybody will really enjoy it.
Kieron, did you get to use your boxing training in the show?
I did. Yeah. I think it was quite interesting because boxing has been such a massive part of my life. When it came down to learning the stunts, it was something that I took real ownership of. I was like, we did have a stunt double for me, who, shout out to Oscar, he's now a friend for life, but he also choreographed all of our fights. Oh, yeah. And I worked so much with him, and we built a level of trust that he let me do all of my own stunts. Because for me, Dimitri's character is as much part of his fight style and his approach to that as his intention when speaking. So he allowed me to incorporate bits of my boxing, and I met him halfway with his style of fighting. And what I think people will understand when they watch the show is each Dampere, their personality shines through their fighting. And me, Mason, and so Dimitri, Mason, and Rose, for example, we all come from different backgrounds as actors. We've all got different influences, and we've incorporated them styles into our fight styles. And then if you get to episode 8, which is a little bit of a teaser, we might see some definitely strict boxing rules come into play. Ooh, which will be a proud moment for my dad. So shout out, Dad.
Oh, looking forward to that. And André, you have been in so many different things. You've starred in many series that people know very well, and you are starring in one coming up. Do you hope to continue to explore roles in kind of this fantasy, kind of very science fiction-y realm?
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question? Sorry, what did you say?
He was thinking about all of his roles. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I've worked.
What was the question again? Sorry.
What's next for you?
Oh, what's next for me? Yeah, honestly, I love the fantasy genre. Like, it's just something I enjoy personally, like on my off time as well. So like, it didn't really happen like that. I was kind of just doing all the auditions I could, trying to get any role I could. And then I luckily kind of fell into that. So I've got to do stuff like you said, like Lock and Key and Star Trek, and obviously Vampire Academy as well. What's next for me? Well, listen, I know Lord of the Rings just came out. You know, if you need another orc or something like that, I'm totally down. I think me and Kieron would make a great little orc duo.
Definitely, that's how I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Maggoty bread.
The sky is the limit. This one.
Oh,
the sky is the limit.
No, but seriously, 2 orcs right here.
I think the sky's the limit for both of you. I'm really excited to watch this show. It's been so fun talking with you. Vampire Academy streams exclusively on Peacock beginning Thursday, September 15th. Thank you so much, Kieron Moore and André Day Kim, for joining us today. Really appreciate talking with you.
It was great. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much.